Another day, another story.
Have you ever experienced the urge to comply with your surroundings, despite not entirely agreeing with them? The term for this is conformity. People may conform to popular opinions or behaviors, even if they disagree. It can be seen in buying products, following fashion trends, or supporting political candidates. Do you rely on social proofing as a means of determining what is correct and what is incorrect? Social proof refers to the idea that people look to others to determine how to act in a given situation. Are you experiencing a fear of missing out, FOMO? People may be afraid of missing out participating in the trend. Do you engage in groupthink? People may adopt the opinions of the group without critically evaluating them. If you answered yes across the board, then this video is just what the doctor ordered. Hello and welcome to our channel, The Psychologist's Couch. Today, we are going to be talking about the bandwagon effect. So, what is the bandwagon effect? It's the idea that if everyone else is doing it, then it must be the right thing to do. The metaphorical label of this phenomenon dates from late 19th century American politics. The term bandwagon originally referred to a wagon used in a parade, on which a band would play music to attract spectators. Over time, the term evolved to refer to any popular movement or trend that people join because they believe many others are already doing so. Since then, numerous studies have explored the bandwagon effect in various contexts, including politics, consumer behaviors, and social media. The rise of social media has amplified the influence of the bandwagon effect in many areas of life. The bandwagon effect can influence people's political choices. Voters sometimes provide increased support for a certain political party, simply because that party is doing well in recent polls, a behavior sometimes referred to as bandwagon voting, or the rally around the winner effect or follow the winner effect. It can influence consumers' decisions regarding which products to buy. We often buy the same type of clothes that other people are wearing, because we want to show that we are following the latest fashion trends. The bandwagon effect can influence doctors' medical decisions. For example, many medical procedures have been widely practiced for long stretches of history, despite a lack of sufficient supporting evidence for their efficacy, because they were considered popular by the medical community. For example, people are more likely to litter if they're in an environment that's already littered, and less likely to litter if they're in an environment that's clean. This is a phenomenon that affects us all, and it's important to understand how it works, how it affects us. Now, let's talk about how the bandwagon effect affects us psychologically. It taps into our innate desire to belong and be a part of a group. We feel a sense of safety and security in following the crowd, as it reduces the risk of making a wrong decision. This effect can be so powerful that it can override our own preferences and beliefs, making decisions based on what others are doing. rather than what we truly want. Like if you need to buy a new car but lack the expertise to judge which one is best. We take majority opinion as a proxy for the most intelligent choice. By no means does that imply that following the majority leads to more reasonable decisions on the part of followers. So don't get trapped in the bandwagon effect. The good news is that there are ways to overcome the bandwagon effect. Create distance from the bandwagon cues. Be aware of it and recognize when it's happening. Move away from people who exert peer pressure before you make a decision. Create temporal distance by waiting for a day after talking to people before you make a decision. Create optimal conditions for judgment and decision making. We can then ask ourselves if we truly believe in the political party, product, and the service we are considering, or if we are simply being influenced by others. Additionally, we can do our own research and make informed decisions based on our own needs and preferences, rather than blindly following the crowd. Slow down your reasoning process. This involves taking time to think through the situation in a slow and analytical manner, rather than relying on intuition or hurried reasoning. Make your reasoning process explicit. For example, if you're debating whether to follow a certain course of action, list its pros and cons, and then clearly verbalize what decision you've made and why. Hold yourself accountable for your decisions. Remind yourself that ultimately, you're responsible for any decision that you make. Even if that decision is prompted by the bandwagon effect or other types of social influence, consider alternative options. For example, try to identify one alternative course of action than the one suggested by the bandwagon cues, and consider its potential advantages. Visualize the consequences of your decisions. Specifically, consider what the consequences would be if you followed the course of action suggested by the bandwagon effect, in terms of factors such as what would happen and how you would feel.